Hey guys, I am back. It's only been 2 weeks this time instead of a month. Hello to my 4 new subscribers. Before I get into my rant, I just want to say, sorry if this camera setup is like weird. I definitely just got off of the phone with my sister who helped me, but then I moved my phone again. I really miss my iPad. Or I'm gonna invest in a camera, just something. Like this is really frustrating. Okay, so as you saw from the title, this is going to be a rant. So, I've said this many times in past videos, in blog posts, on Twitter, to my friends, to my family, to anyone who will listen. People always want to help blind people or disabled people, but I can't speak for other disabilities, so yeah. And it's appreciated. It definitely is. However, it always comes down to the approach. If you were driving and someone got into your car and just started steering because they knew the route better than you, that would be weird as fuck, right? It would be really confusing. It would, you wouldn't, especially because they don't know where you're going. If someone, again with this car analogy, got into your car and was like, oh, look, it's a green light, here, let me help you steer, you would just be like, what is going on? Why are you doing this? And that is how I feel whenever people just start dragging me across the street. They're like, oh, here, you can cross, come on. Why are you doing this? When people, when I'm on the train and someone is just grabs me and starts dragging me to a seat, why are you not using your words? This is something that we learned in kindergarten. When there's something in my way and they just drag me around it without saying anything because they want to be a good Samaritan but perhaps don't know how to speak to this foreign creature that is a blind person. When I'm waiting for the train and someone takes my arm and just starts dragging me to the door, again, without saying something. When the bus is here and someone just starts dragging me to the door, you don't know if I want to get in the front of the bus, the back of the bus, you don't, but you just start tugging me because you clearly know better than I do. You all-knowing, wonderful, all-powerful sighted. Why? Why is this the case? On Friday, I was getting off of the bus and somebody's like, oh, look, it's a big step, and they take my hand, not even my arm this time, we're getting a little different. They take my hand and they're like, oh, come on, whatever, and I'm like, I'm fine, thank you. And they're like, no, let me help you. And just that ensuing, confusion, I guess. I ended up falling, and they apologized profusely. But I still have, 2 little, cuts on my hand. No big deal. No big deal, because, I didn't break anything or anything like that. But it is a big deal that even happened at all. So, again, something I've said so many times, I get that it's coming from a good place. I get that you don't mean any ill by it. But think about how it comes off. This silent individual just grabbing, dragging a person, no matter where you're going. Sometimes it's obvious, again, if it's the train, it's obvious, okay, maybe I wasn't in front of the door. Now I actually saw where the door opened, and if I didn't see it, I also, use my cane, and, drag it along the side of the train car to find it. And so you just want to help, and that's appreciated. But can you say, hey, the train is this way, and, ask if you can help me? Or even if you do start tugging me, can you say something? Can you not just be silent? When there's a seat, why are you just dragging me? Why don't you ask me, first of all, if I want to sit? Don't argue with me when I tell you that I don't want to sit. Don't argue with me when I tell you I don't need help crossing the street. Just don't argue with me because I said that I don't need help. Now, I feel like it's different if it's, imminent danger, I'm about to fall down some stairs, walk off the track, walk into a hole, something. I feel like circumstantially, that's definitely different. But otherwise, sorry, my foot was itchy. Why does what I say negate how you feel? Because you think that I'm blind and you therefore know better, and you know how frightening it must be to be blind, and how can I manage to do this? Of course I want some assistance, and I want you to shed your humanity. I want you to touch my face and pray for me. I want you to just whatever it is. You clearly know better than I do, and that's obviously not the case. If any of these things happen to you, it would be a problem as a sighted person. It's not okay, and I don't understand why, like, the lack of vision, why you not knowing how to interact with me. I don't understand why that it makes it any different. Like, why does my vision negate my humanness? I've said this so many times that I don't know if someone, like, if someone tried to rob me, that would not be my first thought, because I'm just gonna be annoyed that it's another overzealous person trying to help me. And I have two friends who actually have been robbed by people trying to help them. And it's just like, so it just puts you a little bit more on edge. Like, you don't know. I, again, get that for the most part. It is coming from a good place, but do you not think about how it potentially comes off, or do you not think about what it says when you tell me that you know better than I do, even though I've been living my life for the past 22 years and been navigating and stuff without you and will continue to navigate long after you're gone? Just why? Think about things before you do it. Or I've gotten off of the train and have been like, excuse me, what exit is this? Is it the exit onto, I don't know, let's say I'm at Wall Street. Like, is this the exit onto Wall Street and Vector, or Wall Street and Broadway? I said Vector, I mean Rector. And they're like, oh, Wall Street. And I'm like, yes, I get that. But which exit is it? And if you don't know what I'm saying, if you can't read, if you don't know English, whatever the case may be, just let me know instead of dragging me and, like, you know, because that does more harm than help. Like, maybe I know the specific route from a specific exit and I want to double check because I got, like, you know, you don't know, and in your attempt to help, you're not. There have been so many times when I've gotten off of the train and I'm like, hey, is this the exit onto 23rd Street? And someone is like, no, or is this the exit onto 22nd? And they're like, no, this is 23rd Street. And it's like, oh, okay, so this is the exit onto 23rd. And I will go through that exit and I will, like, do all the things that I would normally do if it were the right exit, and I end up in a different place. Now, luckily, like, visually it might look a little different, so I'll check maps and stuff like that. But, like, again, if I do all of the steps that I would normally do to get me to my destination, but I'm in the wrong place because you just wanted to help rather than actually, like, helping, then that's not helpful. I don't understand. Or I don't, like, when someone is, you know, I'm waiting for the train and they're like, here, the train is here, and they start pulling me, but there are multiple trains that come to the station. First of all, can you ask me which train I'm getting on? Second of all, can you listen to me as I'm asking you which train this is so I don't get onto the wrong train? Like, why are you more important than I am in a situation where you're helping me? Like, why does your desire, your obvious intuition, why is it more important than whatever it is that I'm saying? At the end of the day, just think before you do things. Use your words when it comes to blind people, because, like, it's really disconcerting just having silent helpers. Yeah, that's all I have. This was actually going to be a lot angrier, but I didn't have the energy anymore. My tea has cooled, and I took a few sips before starting this video, and it's calmed me considerably. Just, if you guys are irritated by any of the things in this video, if you think, like, wow, that's crazy, but yesterday, you know, you were the person who grabbed a blind person, don't beat yourself up over it. Just do better. Remember that at the end of the day, we are still human people. Like, we have this one disability, but it also doesn't disadvantage us as much as you think it does. Like, people who have, you know, been like, oh, here, let's take the elevator instead of the stairs because it's easier for you. Nothing's wrong with my legs. Now, I may take the elevator because I'm lazy AF, but nothing's wrong with my legs. I can still do it. And is it easier for me or easier for you, or how you think, rather than just having a dialogue and maybe listening to what I say when I'm like, oh, this is fine. No, here, let me help you do this. I don't mind going here with you, but I mind. And that's honestly what matters in the end, because you're going to be gone long after we've gotten to this destination and I'm doing whatever it is. I mind when you just start dragging me across the street. That's wonderful that you wanted to help, but I told you that I was fine. I mind when I'm just walking, minding my own business, and you grab my arm and start walking with me further. You don't know if I was going to turn the corner, and the thing is, if there was nothing in my way, because there have definitely been people who have just started, like, walking with me. If there was nothing in my way, then what are you doing? You don't know where I'm going. I don't understand. I don't understand. So, in conclusion, after over 10 minutes of me talking, in conclusion, Remember, blind people are people too. Talk to one. We might have interesting dialogue.